Hi everyone, welcome to the Wi-Fi channel. My name is Dennis and this is Wireless Update number 1. This is a brand new series I'm creating where I talk about news, technology, products and conferences regarding Wi-Fi and all other things wireless. In this very episode I'd like to start off with 2 items of a personal nature. The first one being, I've got a new camera. So as you may have noticed, the image quality is a bit better than the previous videos. That's because right now I've got a Sony Alpha A5000 20 megapixel camera, which is a huge upgrade over my previous camera, which I'm holding right here. Now this is just a cheap Chinese camera, which I mainly got because of the flip screen like this. This makes it really easy to create these vlog type videos, but the image quality was just really bad. The picture was really grainy and the lighting was just horrible. So as you can see now, this is a much better image quality, which also creates some other challenges. For instance, last week I recorded a new episode for the Wi-Fi channel using this camera, but the shirt I was wearing had this really fine grain pattern on it, and it ended up causing some interference with the camera sensor. So it had all these swirly interference patterns which were really distracting. So I ended up having to scrap that footage. So rookie mistake. I'll have to re-record that footage. Now for the second bit of personal news. I found a new job. At my current employer, Excite, we mainly do IT projects and IT services, and networking is just a small part of that. Now we do have a team of very dedicated and very experienced network engineers, but as time flew by, I noticed that my personal ambitions and those of the company slowly started to drift apart. So I've been on the lookout for another company, and I found a new position at TWS Group in Twello, the Netherlands, whose only focus is on connectivity. They do long-range wireless bridges, enterprise networking and Wi-Fi. And April 1st I will start there, no joke, as a senior network engineer. So I'm very excited about that. Now let's move on to some product news. Earlier this month Ekahau released a new product called Ekahau Analyzer. Now this is another iPhone app which uses the Sidekick and which can be used to perform spectrum analysis. Now this is another great tool in the Ekahau Connect bundle. They already released the Ekahau Survey using the iPhone and the iPad, and now you can perform Wi-Fi troubleshooting using spectrum analysis on those platforms as well. Well, basically any tool that just shrinks down your toolkit and makes it easier to use is just such an increase of efficiency, so I'm really looking forward to that. Unfortunately, I don't have an iPhone or iPad myself to test it out with, but maybe at TWS I might be able to get my hands on these. Now on to some conference news. The past week has been the week of WLPC, or the Wireless LAN Professionals Conference 2020 in Phoenix, Arizona. This was held from February 19th until February 21st, and from what I've seen on Twitter, it has been the best WLPC yet. For those who don't know, the WLPC is organized by the Wireless LAN Professionals. It's basically by wireless LAN professionals for wireless LAN professionals, so it's completely vendor independent. From what I've seen on Twitter, the presentations have so far been magnificent again. They will be posted on YouTube. I will put a link below in the description to the Wireless LAN Professionals page, where they will be posted in the next couple of weeks. Also this week, the CWMP opened up their web page and registration for their own conference, which is the Wireless Technology Forum 2020. It will be held from September 27th until October 2nd in Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. I will probably not go myself since I'm currently switching jobs, but I do have my hopes up for WLPC Europe later in October. Going back to the Wireless LAN Professionals Conference in Phoenix this year, the winners of the Wi-Fi Awards 2020 were also announced. These awards are to recognize companies and individuals who have been contributing to the Wi-Fi community. So let's start off with the first award, which was for Company Leadership of the Year, which went to Cisco Systems. Probably because of their new line of Wi-Fi products, among which the Catalyst wireless controllers and the Catalyst 9000 series access points. Now in the product category, the Product of the Year award went to Wi-Fi Explorer by Adrian Granados. Now if you don't know this tool, this is meant for scanning, monitoring and troubleshooting wireless networks using a Mac and its built-in Wi-Fi adapter. If you own a Mac, you really have to have this tool because it's essential. The Innovation of the Year award went to Ekahau Connect, which is their new subscription-based model, for which they have already released a whole slew of products, including the Ekahau Survey and now Ekahau Analyzer. Then the Personal Awards. The Rookie of the Year award went to Lariana Louis this year. Sorry if I butchered your name. I've never spoken a word of Portuguese in my life, but congratulations anyway. And then the Content Contribution Award went to Francois Verge. For those of you who don't know Francois, he co-hosts the Clear Descent podcast together with Roel Dionisio. He has his own company called Samphire Networks. And he also has a very active blog on his company webpage, in which he writes several very useful articles, among which an MCS rate table, which I use on a weekly basis. I'll put a link to the blog below. And then there was also a Lifetime Achievement Award, which was granted to David Coleman, one of the authors of the CWNA study guide, and also one of the lead engineers at what is now Extreme Networks, and which was previously Aerohive. And now on to some podcast news. Clear Descent has released two very interesting podcasts. The first one being episode 207, in which they have an interview with Tom Carpenter, who is the CTO at CWMP. And they talk a lot about the new CWMP tracks, which focus a lot on the rest of wireless. This is very exciting stuff. There's too much to talk in just this video, so I really recommend to check out this episode. And then the next episode, number 208, they talk a lot about APIs and the use of APIs to manage and interact with your wireless network. Now, this is really important because I think APIs are basically the CLIs of the future. So this is a skill that definitely needs developing. I haven't done anything with it yet, but it is on my radar. I really need to do this, and I really recommend you to look into APIs as well. And then in Wi-Fi Ninjas episode 31, Mac and Matt are talking to Fernay Munoz, who is CWNE number 187 and is one of the sharpest dressing men in the Wi-Fi community. He is both heavily involved with Wireless LAN Professionals and Ekahau. He's an Ekahau instructor for, I think, the UK and for all the Spanish-speaking regions. He also does a lot of site surveys on very unusual locations like open mining locations, city outdoor locations, and third world country locations, of which he talks a lot in this particular episode. And finally, we got an announcement of a whole new podcast by Joel Crane and Nick Turner. These are two previous employees of Ekahau who still now create a podcast together. They talk a lot about all kinds of technology, 3D printing, and of course Wi-Fi. It's called the Hidden Note Podcast. I haven't found a particular website for it yet, but I'll put a link below to the Spotify stream. By the way, all other podcasts can also be found on Spotify. So that's all there is for now. Thank you for watching. I really had fun making this video. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please hit the like button. And if you'd like to view more of this type of content, then please hit the subscribe button. And I hope to see you next time.